For many soldiers, the day they leave Iraq marks their last experience with a combat environment. However, more and more soldiers are being called back for a second tour of duty under what the U.S. military labels Stop Loss. KUJH-TV's Christine D'Amico spoke with a soldier who has his fingers crossed that he won't end up Stop Lost.
Army National Guard Specialist Will Olson has a first-hand experience with combat in Iraq. His tour ended nearly a year ago, but because of stop loss, it may not be his last experience in the Middle East.
Stop loss is basically when a soldier is getting ready to be completely out of the service, of whether it be Army National Guard, Army, Navy, whichever. And basically what happens is there's a buffer period from the time that they can completely sign off from military service to the point where the Army, the government, can actually call them back to service.
Will's friend and fellow soldier had been out of the military for a week when he was called back for a second tour of duty in Iraq.
There's a buffer period to the point where you can be called back and where you can't be called back. And he was still inside that buffer period.
Because of stories like these, the idea of being stop lost is never far from Will's mind.
It's always an issue. Like I'm going to be out in a little under a year. I'm going to have the option of getting out, and if I decide to, it's going to be a bummer if we do get called up and I do get stop lost. But again, everybody that has joined the military signed a paper and knew what was going to happen.
Hollywood is depicting the struggles of stop loss soldiers in the new release Stop Loss, starring Ryan Felipe. The film is scheduled for release March 28th.